Hey guys, Sophia here with turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the top female IFBB pros who have crossed over from one division to another. I think you will recognize some of these women for sure, although maybe some will be a surprise. And this video was actually inspired by one of you guys, one of you amazing subscribers, Mimi Bikini, commented and told me she wanted to see a video all about crossovers. So if you guys ever have an idea of something you want to see, keep the comments coming and I will get to it. And of course, I just want to say before we begin, I know the world is really terrifying right now. Some crazy stuff happening. And I just hope everyone out there is safe and with their families, and that this video gives you a little bit of a break from all of the awful news. So here we go. Let's have some fun and talk about these beautiful female pros. Beginning with Erin. I'm sure you guys know she's probably one of the most renowned crossovers. We know Erin from Figure. She's extremely successful, an Olympia champion. She is now doing Bikini and doing amazingly as well. And speaking of Bikini, there have been quite a few athletes who have crossed from Bikini to wellness. So Yuryna was doing Bikini as recently as 2017. Renee, the last time I could find a picture of her doing Bikini was 2019. And man, has she ever made some substantial changes to her lower body. Looks fantastic. There's also Casey, who was doing Bikini as recently as 2019, and Marita, who was doing Bikini 2018. So all of these women have made the switch. They've put on some size. They're looking fantastic. Wellness is such an exciting category. So much fun. Oh, and also, guys, if I missed anybody, comment below. Maybe I'll have to make an additional video. All right, now another kind of cool story for wellness is Cassandra. So I was going back through her contest history. She actually got her pro card in Figure, and then she did her pro debut in wellness. I think that's really cool. It shows you how important posing really is, because there was not a lot of time between doing Figure and doing wellness to really change her physique. She just had to use what she had and show us her best assets, and wow, so cool. All right, so speaking of Figure, there have been a couple very top athletes who have gone from Figure to women's physique. I'm sure you guys all recognize Natalie. So she was doing Figure as recently as 2017, and she's now way at the top of the women's physique division. And Tanya as well was doing Figure in 2019 and made the switch to women's physique. So these women put on a little bit of size, a little bit more conditioning, and they ditched the heels. So cool. Okay, so this is another really cool example. Mina actually began as women's physique, and then she switched over to fitness, but she did manage to sneak one little wellness competition in there, did incredibly well. So that is so cool. I love seeing how talented these athletes are and how they can really just manipulate their shapes and try out different divisions. It's really cool. Okay, so women's physique also leads a lot of women into women's bodybuilding. There's going to be quite a few here, and it makes total sense. Women's bodybuilding is having a resurgence, and a lot of people are making the switch more recently, although there have been a few that have been doing women's bodybuilding for many years. So Andrea was doing women's physique as recently as 2017, and she's crossed over to become the top women's bodybuilder ever. She's currently the Miss Olympia, looks amazing. Also, Michaela, she was in women's physique and has made the switch to women's bodybuilding. Marita was doing physique as recently as 2020, but now she has switched into women's bodybuilding. And same with Nadia. It was very recent, 2019, and she is doing incredible as well. There's also Sheena, who we last saw in 2019 in women's physique, but she's been doing great in women's bodybuilding. And LaDawn, she's got a little bit of a longer history. She stopped doing women's physique in 2014 or so and made the switch to women's bodybuilding. And the final one to show is Roshana, who I found was doing women's physique as recently as 2019, and now here she is in 2021 at the Olympia. So very cool. Really neat to see the women embracing the size, embracing the conditioning, and making the switch. Now I've got two more athletes to share. So Janine, I found she was doing women's bodybuilding all the way up to 2014. She tried a few competitions out in women's physique and then went right back to the women's bodybuilding. And I love it. I think she is so good in women's bodybuilding. She looks incredible. And last but not least is Mela. So this is really cool. Mela started as a pro figure athlete. Way back in 2016 was the most recent picture I could find of her doing figure. Then by 2020, she had been doing women's physique and then made the switch to women's bodybuilding. So just progressing, putting on the muscle, getting even more striations and conditioning and detail. The posing has changed. The shoes are gone. Just everything. It's such a beautiful development from figure all the way to women's bodybuilding. So there you have it. Those are the crossovers that I could find. Again, comment below if I have missed anybody. And get excited, you guys. The Arnold is this weekend. It is just days away. I will be back with recaps of all of those divisions as soon as I can. And then there are 3 pro shows this month. We've got the Boston Pro coming up on the 12th, the Caribbean Grand Prix coming up on the 26th, and the Muscle Contest Rio on the 27th. So I will be back with recaps of all of those contests as soon as I can. Comment below with what your favorite or maybe most unexpected crossover has been of any of these female athletes. And come find me. I'm at turquoisetoffee.wordpress.com and of course on Instagram at turquoisetoffee.